We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
On first down, it's Herbert. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Now second and 10.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First run there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
It's a pickup.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, here's Breida. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The tackle.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And this is caught off the deflection. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, Walker. Eluding the pressure right. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Landon Roberts there.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
In punt formation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
With the score, Chargers 7, Dolphins nothing.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
9-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. On the handoff, this is Breida. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a give to Breida. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Walker. Got his man. It's Williams. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The handoff, it's Eckler. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He was brought down at the 20.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
27 on the play.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and is much more successful as well.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
13 yards.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Back to the air, Herbert on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's going to look downfield for Henry. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable, so they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. To throw again. Herbert. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Badgley able to punch this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
An incredibly short kick fielded. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
For the extra point.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. throwing on first down. Walker. That'll be complete to Breida. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
A gain of 9.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Walker. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got Allen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down, Chargers.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and that'll bring up second down. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On 2nd down and 4, Walker steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And the return will stop right around the 25. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, Eckler, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Herbert's pass.
Really?
Complete.
Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Stepping, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Touchdown.
Justin Herbert with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Chargers 27, Dolphins nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Walker now from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
To throw is Walker. Throwing on fourth down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Is a turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Incomplete.
And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down. Badgley's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Makes it
from the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Walker. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Casey Hayward. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once more, here's Eckler. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
The ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On third down, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Here's Walker to throw on third down. He's going to let it fly. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11. At the 38-yard line.
And they will take a knee here.
Herbert on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Chargers, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for